and but right now I'm just sort of behind and not motivated, and sometimes reading is confusing, and so if I'm delayed, I have received your emails, and maybe we can get it set up like by May. May is Lyme Disease Awareness Month anyway, so that might be an appropriate time to launch a Lyme support channel anyway. I'm curious what everyone is doing. I'm catching up on videos, and I have some new friends that I want to watch their videos and listen to their stories as well. And then today, you know, I feel sort of like I can't win, because the second we get done with one surgery, something else gets infected, and like even the surgery we had planned can't happen because other surgeries have taken its place, and financially, you know, it's not good. And then today, well, Saturday, the breast that I had surgery on like 2 weeks ago started to, like, it was searing hot and burning and in severe pain. But of course, there's no point in going to the emergency room really for a person like me, unless you've stopped breathing or something. So anyway, I was seen today, and I have a hematoma in my breast, and it's infected from my surgery. Now, usually I guess it happens in a very small percentage of women that there's even a hematoma, and even smaller that it's infected, but usually that happens 1 or 2 days after the surgery, and it's been 2 weeks, so they can't figure out why. And he was hesitant to put me on a new antibiotic because I'm on so many for my Lyme protocol, even though most of them I'm not taking now, but I am on some antibiotics still, so the doctor figured that might help fight the infection, but I've been on it this entire time, so we just have to watch it, and eventually they may go back in and remove it because it's infected. Hematomas can stay there. They're just pools of blood, and they're uncomfortable, and they can take a couple months to resolve, but, you know, they're okay. But because mine's infected, they may have to take action here in a week or so if it hasn't resolved itself. And it is like searing pain. It feels like my breast is on fire, but, you know, there's an infection in a place that just had surgery, so and then I'd like to hear from people about their liver. I've heard, of course, other people talk about their livers because we're on so many medications that can sort of bog down our cleansing system, our self-cleansing system, and that's what our liver and kidneys do, purify and detoxify. And so, you know, there's not much they can do really if that organ fails. They do liver transplants now, and it's not nearly that dire for me yet. And I do have medicines that I take, like supplements to help detoxify my liver, but I guess they're not working. I'm hoping that it was just so many surgeries and so many germs released from the surgeries, and that it will resolve itself, but I'd like to hear what other people are doing for their livers. I put on makeup tonight just to do this because I just didn't look even human to me. And that was okay tactily, interestingly enough, but showers are incredibly painful for me tactily, because I don't like my skin touching other parts of my skin, and my animals largely are okay to touch me, but I can't touch their fur, and I can't hear like the sounds of people's feet on the carpet. And I mean, that all sounds so ridiculous, but when it sets your entire nervous system on fire, it's not so ridiculous. It feels like your skin is bleeding, and when eye contact becomes almost violence to you, it's just a really interesting thing, and it makes me feel awfully wussy that sound of somebody's feet on the carpet, and it certainly doesn't do anything good for relationships you have. I mean, you know, I have a partner, and like we can't touch, and I can't look him in the eye, and I can't stand the sound of his voice. And, you know, that doesn't do much good in supporting a relationship or helping it thrive. And when something turns on in you or off or whatever happens in your brain, it's really hard for a normal person who hasn't had much experience with illness in their own body to understand why all of a sudden, you know. So, yeah, I don't know what people think of it. I don't know if they're offended because they think it's a lie, or, you know, if they think I just don't like them anymore, or and so it's a really confusing place to be in. And a lot of my friends, I'll text back and stuff, but they, you know, I don't want to talk on the telephone, but then I'm lonely. But it's just really interesting, and I do think it is definitely a form of autism that I have going on, and there's something called Lyme autism that they don't talk about too much. You can read a little bit about it. So anyway, I'm just curious if people have had similar experiences. I'm sure they have, but I'm curious also if they know the causes behind some of these things. I hope everyone's well. I'm going to watch some of your videos until I can't handle it anymore, and we'll get the Lyme channel up eventually to get all of your emails. And I hope you're all doing well, and I look forward to seeing your videos. Take care.